it from the gun. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The Razorbacks getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
7, Arkansas, 0.
So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Green. The throw to the outside is complete. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
We know this defense loves to play a lot of zone coverage, so you're seeing this offense now attacking that. They're letting the receivers find the soft spots in the zones so they can advance the football.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Russell. He'll pitch it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. To throw, it's Green. Here's the pressure. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A long way to go on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. On the move to his left. Back's looking for the goal line. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Demon Deacons are facing 3rd and inches. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Demon Deacons will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Creates a little room. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And the Demon Deacons back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. That's caught. It's Hernandez. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Under fire. Zings it complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there, and the quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Wide open spaces. Past the 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wake! Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Bruce. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This team's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Arkansas, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air, it's Green. Extending the play. He's going to fire to the left. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he is just...
He's loose. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. To the air on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture of the game, obviously the offense has struggled. No points up on the board. You're at the end of the first half, and you're just trying to make something happen. That time the quarterback thought he had a guy open way down the field, but again...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the big paws on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on third down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked up.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He'll get rid of it. Complete out of the backfield. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Starting to feel a little pressure. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Touchdown, Arkansas! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Claiborne. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. On the run, it's Claiborne. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. The Demon Deacons will boot it away to start the second half. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36.
And the Arkansas offense will take over. First and 10.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to the ground with the running back. Shakes off the defender. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Takes the handoff. It's Claiborne. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patters. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll try the right side. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Demon Deacons really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 45 on his way. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Wake Forest. And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
On the move from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Can't get him to the ground. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution. And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Dropping back, it's Green. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. On the move, it's Claiborne. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
The give on the inside. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The give from the gun. Makes it past the marker. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. This drive has already drained more than 3 minutes off the clock, and now they've got it on second down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Rushes on him. Nobody fooled with the trickeration. It'll bring up 4th down.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback? Because you've got 4th, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to...
Makes the grab on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make
throws toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The Demon Deacons in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And the Demon Deacons are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll move the tight end. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go, here we go.
Wide receiver going in motion. Leaves it with the running back. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. And I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
From the gun, running back on the move. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense swarmed. That loose ball, it'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it behind the line. It's Claiborne. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. A bit of a roll of the dice, betting that they could finish the game, and they almost certainly did with that completion.
And I love when coaches have confidence in their quarterbacks in big situations like that. With the game on the line, go out and execute, ice this game.
And the Demon Deacons just want to hold on to this ball for the final minute. Power football with the run.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Claiborne. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
Well, let's hope he just throws this one away. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Finds him out of the backfield. And that is how we will wrap this one up. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for